Am I in the air?
Well, what is going down, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? My name is DONMEGA, and I'm your host, and I'm so happy that you're here to join me once again to get caught up with all the latest and the greatest when it comes to entertainment news, television, movies, non-spoiler reviews. You come right here on a week-by-week basis to get caught up on it all. It is season 29, episode 12, and tonight's show is titled Popular. You're gonna be popular. Okay. Enough of that. Enough of that. We're gonna be breaking down the news from November 20th through November the 26th. I got 4 movies to talk about. I've got 5 TV shows to talk about. So we got a grip of stuff to get through. And then, of course, the news of the week. And before we get going, I just want to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving. We are just a couple days away from some turkey, some mashed potatoes, stuffing, rolls. I make potato croquettes that are amazing. Deviled eggs, hopefully. Thanksgiving is so amazing, and I hope that you all are going to have an amazing day with family and friends. And just hope it's great for everybody. So this is our little pre-Thanksgiving episode, but we're going to get you caught up with the latest and greatest. So let's jump on in because we got a lot to talk about. So kicking off our movies, non-spoiler once again, so you don't got to worry. Did a doubleheader over at the movie theater this weekend. You know, over last summer, there was a thing called um, Barbenheimer, right? Um, because Barbie and Oppenheimer opened up on the same day, and it was this big, big deal. So they tried to kind of duplicate that again this year with something called Glicked. But I've seen it called a lot of different things. But that's because Gladiator 2 and Wicked both opened up this weekend and were very, very popular. Popular. There's the word of the day again. Box office was on fire this weekend. I mean, man, when I went to the theater, I had to drive around that lot multiple times just to find a parking spot because it was so damn popular. It was crazy, man. But I went and saw Gladiator 2 in IMAX and wanted to check this one out. You know, I was kind of torn on this movie because I was glad, that Ridley Scott was back and he was wanting to make a sequel to Gladiator, the movie he did 24 years ago with Russell Crowe. Gladiator was a good movie, man. It was a really good movie. And but it's one of those movies that I don't revisit super often, and any movie in that kind of vein that has come out since, I just hasn't been my jam. It just really, really hasn't. So when I saw they were doing a Gladiator 2, I was like, okay, cool, it looks good, but man, it probably is not going to be my jam. And I was at a point where I was like, if this dude comes out with a 3-hour movie, I don't even want to see this thing. Lucky for him, it was 2.5, so he got lucky, man, by a half hour because that's still too damn long. But at least it was 2.5. I was like, okay, you didn't push the 3-hour mark. We'll go check it out. Saw it in IMAX, and I gotta say, I actually enjoyed this movie way more than I thought I would. Ridley Scott directs the hell out of this movie. It was great seeing Connie Nielsen back and seeing how they tie it all in with the original film. But now you got Paul Mescal in here, somebody who I'm not super familiar with. But I thought he did a really great job. I've seen a lot of people say he's been miscast in this role. I wouldn't say miscast. I mean, could they have found someone bigger and stronger to kind of play it? Sure. But I thought Paul did a really great job. You got Pedro Pascal in here. How do you go wrong with that? You got Joseph Quinn in here, who's always amazing. And that's what's funny, Pedro and Joseph both being in Fantastic Four together and then doing this movie first. Weird how fate brings things around. And then you got Denzel Washington in this thing, of course, playing the sneaky kind of bad guy that just kind of weasels his way up the chain. And this one here, We are years after witnessing the death of the hero Maximus at the hands of his uncle. Lucius is forced to enter the Colosseum after his home is conquered by the tyrannical emperors who now lead Rome with an iron fist. With rage in his heart and the future of the empire at stake, Lucius must look to his past to find strength and honor to return the glory of Rome to its people. So the story is pretty straightforward. I mean, this is a Gladiator story. This is basically Gladiator 1 just told all over again. But they have some really great fights. The action is really, really top notch. And I thought the pacing was really good for being a 2.5 hour movie in this vein. These movies can get very talky and be very boring. I thought they started off with a banger of an action scene, which got you right into it. Every time the movie starts to lull, there's a little bit more action. There's another gladiator fight, and they did different things in this movie to kind of keep it fresh, and I really appreciated that. So overall, man, I really dug this one. I would give it a thumbs up. I think you should check this one out. It's not as good as the original. You know, it's hard to beat Russell Crowe, but it's a really worthy follow up. So I would give Gladiator 2 4 out of 5 stars. Then moving on to the big movie of the weekend, and that is Wicked. Now, Wicked, of course, is based on the stage play, the Broadway play that has been going on for such a long time, one of the most popular Broadway plays ever. Decided to turn it into a movie. John M. Chu stepping into this, he did In the Heights, he did Justin Bieber documentary, did Crazy Rich Asians. He's been working his way up the chains, man. But he loves himself some musicals. And he put this one here together with Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, Jonathan Bailey, Michelle Yeoh, Jeff Goldblum, Bowen Yang from SNL. Some really, 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 really great cast. And this one here is about Alphaba, a young woman misunderstood because of her green skin, and Galinda, a popular aristocrat gilded by privilege, become unlikely friends in the fantastical land of Oz. As the two women struggle with their opposing personalities, their friendship is tested as both begin to fulfill their destinies as Glinda the Good and the Wicked Witch of the West. So, of course, this is kind of a prequel to The Wizard of Oz. This is how the witch became the witch and Glinda the Good became the way she is. Now, this movie was split into two parts. We all know Hollywood loves to take a franchise and break it into two because it's more money. More money. It's what it's all about. And that really pissed a lot of people off because this movie is 2 hours and 41 minutes long, and the whole stage play is about 245. So, how do you take something that's 245, break it into two parts that are twice as long? Very carefully, I guess. But I was on the fence with this movie. I am not the demographic for Wicked. I'm not big into musicals. I never saw the stage play. So I thought the trailers looked good for what it was. I think Ariana Grande is very, very talented. I think she has great comedic chops. And she can sing and she can act. A lot of people forget that she was an actress first before she was a singer. And it was good to see her on there. I knew she'd do a good job. We knew Cynthia Erivo would do an amazing job because that girl can sing, and we've seen that in the past before. So we knew it'd be good, but how good? I went to the theater this past weekend because my wife is a massive Wicked fan. She saw the Broadway play multiple times, and this is her most anticipated film of the year. So, being the great husband I am, I was like, okay, I'll go see Wicked with you, and we'll see what's up. And I gotta say, this movie was pretty damn good. It really won me over. A lot of the songs are catchy. It's a beautiful looking movie. And Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande absolutely knocked this movie out the park. They are phenomenal. They're both phenomenal. Their chemistry is great. Their timing is great. Everything is great. It's directed so well. John M. Chu has really stepped his game up. And this movie ends on such a high note with Defying Gravity and really hits a crescendo. And then you get the to be continued because this is a part one of part two. And you're like, no, I got to wait a year to see the rest of this thing. It is pretty damn crazy. I was shocked at how emotional some of the songs made me, how happy some of the songs made me, just the feeling that this movie gave me. I was really impressed that it took me there mentally. And I got to give it its props. I really, really do, because this was a movie I had zero interest in, and boy, did it win me over. It is probably one of the best movies of the year. I'm being serious. I almost gave this thing 5 stars. I really did, because there was a point there where I was like, what's wrong with this movie? And there's really nothing wrong with it. But the one thing that I will say, and I kind of talked about it earlier, it's the runtime. 2 hours and 41 minutes is too long. You start to feel the runtime probably around that 2:10 mark. And it never went away from me. It was just like, okay, we got to wrap this thing up. If this movie was a tight 2 hours, oh my God, man, it would have been a done deal. But that's the only thing that I can really nitpick about this movie, is that it just ran too long. So that made me drop my score a little bit. I ended up giving Wicked 4 out of 5 stars. It is phenomenal, guys. I don't think I've seen anyone watch this movie and say it sucked or say they didn't like it. I feel like most people that are watching this movie are coming out floored and surprised and ecstatic, and a lot of people have seen it multiple times already. And supposedly there's going to be a sing along version coming out on Christmas time. So who knows? We might find ourselves back in the theater on Christmas singing some popular. So, yeah, 4 out of 5 stars for Wicked. All right, my next two movies are going to be going to the streaming side. First up, it's Woman of the Hour. I've been waiting to see this one. It came out a couple weeks ago. It is on Netflix. It's directed by Anna Kendrick. It stars Anna Kendrick, and this is based on the true story. In 1978, a serial killer appeared on a live TV show as a bachelor on the dating game. The only people who suspected were the women he pursued. An aspiring actress crosses paths with a prolific serial killer in the 70s LA when they're cast on an episode of The Dating Game. This is a really interesting, true story of this guy who meets these women, starts dating them, and then, of course, kills them. And at the end of the movie, they're talking about how many people he's killed and just everything, how it panned out. And I was floored that I never heard of this guy before, because this is a crazy serial killer situation. And it's a great directorial debut. It's a little bit of a slow burn, but Anna Kendrick was fantastic, and the movie was really, really strong. So I would say go check out Women of the Hour. This is now streaming on Netflix. I give it 3 out of 5 stars. And my last one here I checked out is a movie called Strange Darling. Now, this one's only available on VOD right now, premium VOD. It's not on any of the main streamers. You have to rent it. And but I knew nothing about this movie, and I've heard a lot of people talk pretty well about it. So I said, "Huh, interesting. Maybe I should check this out." And I've seen a lot of people say, "Go into this movie as blind as you can." Um, I did watch the trailer, and the trailer intrigued me, so I went into it blind. And this movie is kind of a mind fuck. Simple premise here. Nothing is what it seems when a twisted one night stand spirals into a serial killer's vicious murder spree. This stars Willa Fitzgerald and Kyle Gallner. Now, there's other people in this movie, but these are your two leads. And it is a one night stand, and then things go crazy. Now, this is supposedly based on a true story as well. It's a thriller, it's a crime, it's a horror. Um, but it tells the story, I believe, in 6 chapters, but the chapters are jumbled. So as you're watching things unfold, you're not quite sure what's going on, and then it becomes kind of apparent what's going on, and you're like, "Ooh, okay." And that's as far as I'm going to say, because I want you to go into it as little knowing as you can and watch it the same way I did, to be surprised, to be jarred, to just really see how this movie plays out, because it's very, very interesting. So check out Strange Darling, now streaming on Premium VOD. All right, moving on over to the TV side, got a couple new shows I checked out, 3 new shows. The first one is Landman. This is the new movie, or the new show, I should say, from Taylor Sheridan, who is absolutely killing it. I mean, I think this guy is pretty much keeping Paramount Plus afloat right now, all on his own, because not only did he do Yellowstone, but he does the amazing Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone. He does Mayor of Kingstown with Jeremy Renner. He does Lioness with Zoe Saldana, and now he's got Landman here with Billy Bob Thornton. Um, he just kills it with shows, bro. He puts out some amazing shows. And when I first heard about this premise, I was like, I'm not interested. And then I saw the trailer and I was like, but I was like, I'll watch it because it's Taylor Sheridan, and I don't watch Yellowstone, so I can't speak on Yellowstone. But all those other shows I told you about, I watch and I love. So I wanted to give it a shot, and this show's pretty damn good, man. This is another winner from Taylor Sheridan. He just knows how to put together great characters and great stories. And this is set in the boomtown of West Texas in a modern day tale of fortune seeking in the world of oil rigs. The series is an upstairs downstairs story of roughnecks and wildcat billionaires that are fueling a boom so big it's reshaping our climate, our economy, and our geopolitics. Besides Billy Bob Thornton, you got Ali Larder, who I haven't seen in forever, and she looks gorgeous. Um, let's see here. You have Demi Moore is in this. John Hamm is in this. But I gotta say, I'm not the biggest Billy Bob guy, and I think he's fantastic in this show. I love his demeanor. I love the way they portray him. He is awesome in this. And the first 3 episodes are out. I've watched the first two, and they're super, super solid. And yeah, man, I think this is something you should definitely check out for sure. This is streaming on Paramount Plus, and it is worth your time. So that is Landman. Next up, new on the list is Cross. I've been waiting to get to this one. This one came out a couple weeks ago with Aldous Hodge, and this, of course, is based on the um, Alex Cross series. Of course, the books, there's been other movies, but now we got a television show on Prime Video. Alex Cross is a brilliant but flawed homicide detective and full of contradictions. A doting father and a family man, Cross is single minded to the point of obsession when he hunts killers. He's so desperate for love, but his wife's murder has left him too damaged to receive it. So, you got Aldous Hodge. You got Isaiah Mustafa, of course, the Old Spice guy. Ryan Eggold is in this. You'll see a lot of people pop up, and I'm only 1 episode into this. I know a lot of people are really liking it. It looked amazing. I love the trailer, but I gotta tell you, I did not care for this first episode very much. I found it to be very, very boring. But I saw the preview of the rest of the season. It looks like it gets really good. It looks like a lot of fun. So I'm going to continue on with Cross because I got a good feeling this will get really good. But that first episode, man, needed some work. But I'm down for the ride. So we'll see where Cross takes us. And then my third new show is Interior Chinatown. I like the trailer to this one a lot, and stars Jimmy O Yang, who I love this dude from Silicon Valley when that was on HBO. And this also stars Chloe Bennett, who I love. I absolutely love Chloe Bennett, and I'm so glad to see her again. It's been a long time. She, of course, was Quake on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Ronnie Chang is in this too, and he's always funny when he pops up. But this one here is about Willis Wu, who's a background character trapped in a police procedural, tries to find his way into the larger story, and along the way discovers secrets about the strange world he inhabits and his family's buried history. So, kind of like Free Guy, right? Like in the movie Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds, he was a non-playable character who's kind of breaks out of his mold and wants to do more. And that's Jimmy O Yang's kind of role in this, that he's on kind of a Law and Order type show, and he's just a background character in the crime scene and wants to do more, right? He wants to be a part of the main story, and Chloe Bennett is the main detective, and he wants to impress her and kind of go along for the ride. So all episodes have dropped of this. There's 10 of them. This is on Hulu. It's a Hulu exclusive. And I've watched the first one. I've only watched the first episode. It's okay. This is another one here that the trailer was funnier than the show, but I feel like this one could get really funny and good down the road. So now that they've kind of established the premise, let's go for the ride. So I'll continue to give this one a shot, but if you want to give it a shot, it's over on Hulu. And lastly, I just want to shout out a couple shows returning. Based on a True Story is back for season 2. This was an awesome show when season 1 dropped, starring Kaley Cuoco and Chris Messina and Tom Bateman. This was a show about a serial killer and a podcast about a serial killer that was just incredible. It was super awesome, and I loved it. I loved season 1. They ended up renewing it, and then season 2 just came out. All episodes are now streaming. I've watched the first couple, and this feels like it's going to be another great season. So definitely a shout out. Go check this one out on Peacock. And then Silo is back for season 2 over on Apple TV Plus. This one here, of course, with Rebecca Ferguson. She leads this one. Silo is a really good sci-fi show for season 1, and season 2 is already off to a bang. So I'm glad to have Silo back. So there you go. Let's recap real quick. Gladiator 2 now in theaters, 4 out of 5 stars. Wicked now in theaters, 4 out of 5 stars. Woman of the Hour, 3 out of 5 stars. Check it out on Netflix. Strange Darling, 3 out of 5 stars. Check it out on PVOD. Landman, thumbs up. Check it out on Paramount Plus. Cross, we'll see where it goes, but that's on Prime Video. Interior Chinatown, but you can check it out on Hulu. Based on the true story, season 2 is up on Peacock, and Silo season 2 is up on Apple TV Plus. And I also just tonight, right before I recorded, finished part 2 of Cobra Kai of season 6, part 2. Of course, part 3 is supposed to be coming out in February, I believe. This is the new 5 episodes that just came out. Wrap that up. Fun little season, man. Fun little season. I hate that it was only 5 episodes, but it's good Cobra Kai goodness, man. Really, really good. So just wanted to shout that out real quick. All right, let's get on over to our box office. Coming in number 10, it's Smile 2. Number 9 is Conclave. Number 8, The Wild Robot. Number 7, Heretic. Number 6, The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. Number 5, Venom the Last Dance. Number 4, Bonhoeffer, Pastor Spy Assassin. Number 3, Red 1. Number 2, Gladiator 2. With 55 million, and number 1 was Wicked. They had said it was making 114 over the weekend. When the final numbers came out, it finished at 112.5, but still a massive debut, especially for a musical. Wicked, 112.5 million in its opening weekend. All right, guys, with that stuff out the way, let's get into our news of the week. Sylvester Stallone nearing a deal to return for at least 2 more seasons of the Paramount Plus drama series Tulsa King. We just talked about this one here, Taylor Sheridan Show. Love me some Tulsa King. Season 2 just ended. I'm ready for 2 more seasons. I need more Dwight Manfredi in my life, so let's close that deal. Speaking of closing deals, Robert Pattinson has closed his deal to join Christopher Nolan for his new movie. His big star-studded cast that has Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, Lupita Nyong'o, Zendaya, and now it's got Robert Pattinson. And it's going to have more people by the end of this episode because every day it feels like he's adding another A-lister to this cast. So great addition there of Robert Pattinson. We have the official trailer for Pixar's Dream Productions. This is the limited series that streams December 11th over on Disney Plus. We have the little baby 30-second teaser trailer for Alien Earth, which premieres on Hulu in 2025. Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. are back for the new trailer of Den of Thieves 2 Pantera. I love this trailer. Den of Thieves is great, and part 2 looks like it's going to be a ton of fun. This hits theaters on January 10th, and I will be there. Storm Reed announced that she will not be returning for Euphoria Season 3. So she loves the show, loves the character, but she's not coming back. Avengers Secret Wars will lead the MCU into a new age of mutants. And, of course, the X-Men. That's what Kevin Feige says. He says it's one of those dreams come true that we finally have the X-Men back. So there you go, man. It's going to Avengers Secret Wars. It's going to be pretty cool. David Spade and Theo Vaughn are going to be busboys in a new comedy movie that they're putting together. Kevin Feige talks about Fantastic Four and the Thunderbolts, so you can check out that article if you'd like to know more. Daniel Craig and Luca Guadagnino are looking to reunite for DC's Sergeant Rock movie. I keep hearing about this Sergeant Rock. I don't know what the hell this is. This seems like a really weird thing for DC, especially to move into with James Gunn. But it might be moving forward, so there you go. Anne Hathaway has been cast in Colleen Hoover's new adaptation of her book Verity. They are reteaming with the Idea of You director. So Idea of You was great. Anne Hathaway is great. This author is great. My wife read this book and she says it's great. So looking forward to this one. Zero Day, we have images and a release date for the Robert De Niro Netflix thriller. This hits Netflix on February 20th, 2025. Now, I'm going to say this. I watched the first two episodes of Zero Day already. I got hands on an early screening. Did not like it. Did not like it at all. So, watch the first two episodes. I will not be going back to this show. It is I didn't feel like it was very good, but you can check it out on February 20th. The Artful Dodger has been greenlit for season two over on Disney Plus and Hulu, so congratulations there. Also ordered for season two is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder over on Netflix, so congratulations there. Wild Hogs 2 back in development with the original cast returning. Pretty crazy news here, man. I never in my life thought we'd see a Wild Hogs 2. Martin Lawrence, John Travolta, Tim Allen. Pretty crazy, man. But I will say, this movie catches a lot of flack. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I remember kind of digging Wild Hogs. I don't know, there was something fun about this movie, but I have a feeling this is going to be a Disney Plus original. I do not think this is going to go to theaters. So, and I think William H. Macy was the fourth guy on there. Arcane Season 2 Act 3 trailer has come out for Netflix's final episode, so check that out. Moving is getting a Season 2 over at Disney+. Disney and Lucasfilm have revealed that the animated anthology series Star Wars Visions is going to be coming back for a third volume in 2025. The news was announced on the first day of Disney's two-day content showcase over in Singapore. Over at the Golden Globes, Viola Davis will receive the Cecil B. DeMille Award, so that's going to be pretty awesome. Well deserved there for Viola Davis. Anthony Jeselnik has a new Netflix special coming out, and you can check out the first trailer for that. Um, Gabriel Mock. Gabriel Mock, who was in the original Suits show, is going to be showing up in Suits LA. That's right. He is suiting up once again. The actor who starred in the original version of Suits as Harvey Specter is returning for the show's new Los Angeles set spinoff. No word yet if he's going to be a main character, if he's just got a cameo kind of arc, or it's a one and done. Who knows? But, we're going to tie the universes together, which is pretty cool. Apple TV Plus has revealed a first look at the stars of its drug ring drama called Dope Thief. This is set to debut globally on March 14th. The Pope's Exorcist director Julius Avery has boarded a new alien abduction thriller called They Found Us. Scott Pilgrim Takes Off has been canceled at Netflix after just one season. We have the little teaser trailer for Shifting Gears, which is Tim Allen and Kat Dennings' estranged father-daughter comedy that is coming to ABC. I will check out anything with Kat Dennings because I love her. The CW has set some return dates for All American and Wild Cards and the premiere of the new Leighton Meester series. So check out that if you're interested in when any of these things are coming or going. Creature Commandos, are you ready? The 2-episode premiere has been confirmed for December 5th. This is the official kickoff to the new DC universe from James Gunn. The new DCU kicks off Creature Commandos December 5th on Max, and it will get a 2-episode premiere. And they have already streamed this to critics, and I'm seeing nothing but positive thoughts coming out of this, which is pretty damn exciting. So glad to see it. The Pooniverse, that's right, the Pooniverse Monsters Assemble is going to officially begin filming in March. The movie will see Pooh, Tigger, Pinocchio, Bambi, the Mad Hatter, Peter Pan, and Tinkerbell all team up to kill their remaining survivors. This is going to hit theaters next year. So this is the Avengers culmination of all those crazy storybook killers like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and all that stuff. So I love it. The Conjuring Last Rites is officially wrapped filming. This will be the final film in the main series, and it'll be releasing in theaters on September 5th, 2025. We have the trailer for the new show, The Pit, which is a new Max original series from John Wells, executive producer of ER, and The West Wing, starring Noah Weil, and coming to Max in January of 2025. Alien Romulus is now streaming on Hulu and Hulu with Disney Plus, if you got that. Alien Earth is officially taking place in 2120, which is 2 years before the original Alien film, just so you can have a time window there on that. John Watts, this is pretty interesting here. Of course, John Watts, who directed Wolves, he did the Spider Man movies and then he went and did Wolves with Brad Pitt and George Clooney. Right before this movie came out, they were saying they were going to do a sequel and they were moving forward with all this good stuff. Well, John Watts has come out and said that no, the sequel to Wolves has been canceled. But the reason it's been canceled is because of Apple. So he says that he has canceled the Wolf sequel after Apple took away the first film's theatrical release and moved it straight to streaming. He says, I quietly returned the money that they gave me for the sequel. Apple didn't cancel the Wolf sequel. I did because I no longer trusted them as a creative partner. Damn, straight up, man. Remember, Wolves was supposed to be theatrical back in September, and like literally 2 or 3 weeks before the movie hit theaters, they yanked it and just put it straight on streaming on Apple TV Plus, which was fine with me. But I get it from a filmmaker perspective. You did this big movie, you were gonna do a sequel, and then they pull out the rug from underneath you and just say, "Nope, we're gonna just put it on our streamer." And then at that point, why would you want to make a sequel, right? Kind of sucks. But that's what happened there. So even though Apple is saying they're probably still going to do a Wolf sequel, it will not be with John Watts. All right, and some sad news. Chuck Woolery passed away. That's right, the game show host who did Love Connection passed away at the age of 83. He's the one that taught me that a commercial break is 2 minutes and 2 seconds, right? He always said, we'll be back in 2 and 2. And it always stuck with me, man, when I was trying to time commercial breaks. So thank you, Chuck, and rest in peace. All right, Yellow Jacket season 3 is premiering on Valentine's Day. That's right, February 14th, 2025 on Paramount Plus. You'll be getting some new Yellow Jackets. I am ready for it. We got a new poster of Sonic 3 with Shadow. Looks pretty awesome. Hits theaters on December 20th. We also have the new poster for Lilo and Stitch hitting theaters on May 23rd. This little guy looks so cute, man. I can't wait to see Lilo and Stitch. Stephanie Hsu stars in the new official trailer for Laid. This is streaming on Peacock on December 19th. Another great little original comedy here. I'm definitely down to check this one out. We also have the new trailer for The Bad Guys 2. That's right, DreamWorks has dropped this one. It hits this summer. The voice cast includes Sam Rockwell, Mark Maron, Craig Robinson, Anthony Ramos, and Aquafina. So, first movie was a big hit, and we got the sequel coming now. So there you go. We also have the new official teaser for Pixar's Elio. This hits theaters on June 13th, 2025. Your Friends and Neighbors, which is John Hamm's new show coming to Apple TV Plus. It doesn't even hit Apple TV Plus till April 11th, 2025, and they've already renewed it for a season 2. So big hope here and great early buzz. So great to see it there for John Hamm, man. He's always great in everything he pops up in. It's about time he gets his own little show here. So glad to see that. Fly Me to the Moon with Channing Tatum and Scarlett Johansson is officially hitting streaming finally on Apple TV Plus. It's going to hit the streamer on December 6th. The Day of the Jackal has already been renewed for season 2, so congratulations there. I do really want to see this show. It's on my queue, but there's so much other shows to watch, so I haven't had a chance to get into Day of the Jackal yet, but I will very soon, hopefully in the next couple days. Patti LuPone and Zachary Quinto have been cast in a new murder mystery series called The Artist. Speak No Evil is coming to Peacock on December 6th. That's James McAvoy's version. Love this movie. This was a great movie here, so definitely make sure you check that out on Peacock December 6th. Her Body trailer has dropped. Tragic true story of Olympian turned porn star Leah DeMay. So check out that trailer. Matchbox movie has added Jessica Biel. That's right, this is the movie with John Cena, so she'll be co-starring there. Great addition. Love me some Jessica Biel. Samuel L. Jackson has joined the cast of J.J. Abrams' new movie in a key role, so that's an awesome addition. Bill Burr is set to write and direct a new movie called Born Losers for Skydance Sports. He will also star in it. We have the new Robbie Williams biopic trailer for Better Man. September 5th has dropped a new trailer as well, too, so check those out. Enola Holmes 3 has officially found its new director for the Millie Bobby Brown sequel. Jesse Eisenberg is set to direct a musical comedy called movie with Julianne Moore and Paul Giamatti in the cast, so that's pretty cool there. I want to shout out some records here for Wicked. It not only won the weekend at 112 million, 164 worldwide. It is the biggest opening ever for a Broadway adaptation. It's the third biggest opening of the year domestically, fourth biggest opening for a musical worldwide, and biggest pre-Thanksgiving weekend since 2013. So congratulations there for Wicked. That is pretty damn awesome. We have the new trailer for The Agency. Michael Fassbender stars in the new trailer, streaming November 29th on Paramount Plus. Caitlin Dever stars in the first teaser for Apple Cider Vinegar. This is coming soon to Netflix. Looks really good. Hallmark Plus is got a 75% off deal over on Prime Video, so check that out. We also have an article up with all the Black Friday specials for all the streamers, like Peacock for $19.99 for the year. Fred, you better get it if you haven't already. Come on, lots of great deals from all these streamers, so you got no excuse to sign up and give them some watches, man. So check those out. We got the list up on our X page. Happy's Place and starring Reba and Follow the Blonde have both secured full season orders over on NBC. From has been renewed for season 4 over on MGM Plus. Congratulations to Landman, the show we talked about earlier. Its premiere delivered a 2-year high over on Paramount Plus. That's pretty awesome there. Fast Friends, the new Max game show, has set a December release date, coming to that streamer. Masters of the Universe movie, Idris Elba is in talks to play Man at Arms for the new film, so that would be a great addition there. I could see him totally in that character for Masters of the Universe. Why not? We have the new Stitch trailer. It's a little teaser trailer, but it looks awesome, man. Again, hits theaters on May 23rd. Lilo and Stitch, but this one's just Stitch on the beach messing with the sandcastle, and it's cute as hell. So check it out. Superman and Lois ends next week after 3 years. It'll be the final DC show that will air on the CW. So it's been a long time, man. Started with Arrow, and we had The Flash, and Legends of Tomorrow, and Supergirl, and so many shows that have come and gone. But Superman and Lois really going out with a bang this season has been phenomenal. If you've fallen off this show, check it out on the CW app. It will be streaming on Max once the season's done. Such a great, great season, and definitely support it there. Skeleton Crew is going to premiere 1 day earlier on Disney Plus. The 2-episode premiere as well. We're going to get 2 episodes. 2-episode premiere will stream December 2nd at 6 p.m. Pacific time on Disney Plus. We also have a list of all the directors and episodes for the new Star Wars series. Charlize Theron is the latest to join that big Christopher Nolan cast. We talked about Robert Pattinson earlier, and now she is joined up with all of them. So great addition there with Charlize. Bridgerton's Phoebe Denver leads a new spy thriller movie called Inheritance. So check out that trailer. I Will Find You. Netflix has ordered the next Harlan Coben show, along with the Gotham producer. Henry Danger is coming back. I gotta let my daughter know she loves this show. But they're doing a movie and a revival of the Nickelodeon show, so very cool there for everybody that loves that Henry Danger. The Way Home season 3 is coming back soon with Andy McDowell on the Hallmark Channel. Voltron's live action movie has added the Warrior Nun actress. I always forget her name. I'm sorry, I forget her name, but she's the main girl in Warrior Nun. She's really, really good. But she has joined the cast of Voltron. Superman is getting its Max streaming release. The Christopher Reeve documentary will hit Max on December 7th, so we're very close there. Peacemaker season 2 is officially wrapped filming. The Vampire Diaries, Paul Wesley leads a Ukrainian war series called Unspoken. Iman Vellani, Miss Marvel herself, has landed her first non-Marvel movie with Greg Kinnear called Shiver. James Gunn talks key differences between the DCU and MCU announced strategy. Guy Ritchie's In the Gray has been its release has been delayed, which really bums me out. This is the one with Henry Cavill, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Isaac Gonzalez. I love the sound of this movie, but I guess they never finished filming it, and they're still working on it, and so it had a release date in 2025, and now it's just been taken off the calendar. So hopefully they can get that put back together and get that out because I really want to see that one. We have some information on the new film Clown in a Cornfield, which is from the Tucker and Dale versus Evil director of that show. This is his new movie. Um, Sterling K. Brown and Rita Ora have joined the cast of the live action Voltron movie as well. I love how this movie is shaping up because I love me some Voltron. First, they got Henry Cavill. Now they got Sterling K. Brown, who I think is phenomenal as well. And I love me some Rita Ora. So this is really shaping up very, very well. And we just talked about it. They got the Warrior Nun actress. So I like the way Voltron is lining up. Percy Jackson has found its new Zeus. Of course, after Lance Reddick has passed away, they have to replace him on the show, and Courtney B. Vance has jumped into those shoes. So it'd be interesting to see what he brings to the role. We have the season 5 trailer for The Chosen. This, of course, previews Jesus' Last Supper. Mighty Mouse movie is in the works over at Paramount. Ryan Reynolds' company will produce it. It Ends With Us is coming to Netflix on December 9th. So you can finally start streaming that there. We have the new trailer for Luca Curaggino's Queer. Beetlejuice will be hitting Max on December 6th. We have the new trailer for The 688 starring Kerry Washington. It's coming to Netflix. We have the new Sonic movie. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 trailer has dropped today, so check that out. Another trailer that dropped today is the first one for Dexter Original Sin. I am so excited for this show. Of course, this is the origin of Dexter, right? Like him as a teenager getting into the Miami PD, and becoming the forensic guy and how he starts killing. I love it. And what I love is they're tying this in with the last Dexter season where you think he's dead, he's bleeding out, they take him to the hospital, and his life is flashing before his eyes, and we get this Dexter Original Sin show. So I love the way they're tying it all together. Michael C. Hall is back narrating the voice of Dexter, and this is so, so good. So this is coming to Paramount Plus on December 13th. Make sure you check out the trailer for Dexter Original Sin. We have the new Squid Game Season 2 trailer. This, of course, hits Netflix on December 26th. Don Cheadle set to play a murderous jazz musician in a new movie called Canyon. Vanderpump Rules has been renewed for Season 12. 911 Lone Star has added Peyton List to the cast, and not the Cobra Kai Peyton List, but the other one, the brown-haired one. Uh, I love me some Peyton List, man. Great addition here to 911 in its final season. Baby Reindeer's Richard Gadd is set to create and star in a decade-spanning drama called Half Man over on HBO. Wicked continued to make box office history with 15.8 million on Monday alone, which is a November record for the first day of the week, not adjusted for inflation. Pretty awesome there. John Krasinski and Matthew Rhys have signed on to star in and executive produce a new show called Silent River, which will be a drama about the cracks that emerge in a small town when it's discovered to have a serial killer that lives among its residents. I love it. Sounds great to me. Um, let's see here. Talked about that. Talked about that. We talked about Wicked being the biggest Broadway adaptation ever in a landslide victory, more than 3 times as the previous record holder, which was Into the Woods. So congratulations, man. Wicked just killing it. And on that note of killing it, we're gonna let you get on out of here because we're about 42 minutes in, and that gets you caught up with all the news of the week. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for getting caught up on everything. Just thank you. Thank you so much. It's Thanksgiving, man. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for all of you that listen to me on a week by week basis. I'm thankful to all of you that, refer me to your friends and family and say, hey, man, if you like entertainment news, go listen to Am I on the Air? This is where you want to get it. One stop shop. But thank you. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. This week in the movies, it's Moana 2, baby. It's Moana. We back to the ocean. I'm back to Maui. And you're welcome. We'll see. I think The Rock's new song is Can I Get a Chee-hoo? And we'll see how that one plays out according to to the You're Welcome status, man. I've been singing You're Welcome to my daughter since she was like 2 years old. Now we're going back to the sequel and she's 11. So I can't wait to see Moana 2. We'll talk about that next week and anything else that comes around this weekend. So thank you so much once again. Quick plugs, amiontheair.com is the official webpage. Make sure you bookmark it. Everything you need is right there. Make sure you follow on X at Am I on the Air or myself directly at DXDonMega. Same handles over on Threads and Blue Sky and all that goodness. So follow wherever you like. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Give a follow, thumbs up. We're there, and I appreciate the subscription there. We're also available on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all the stuff, man. Just search Am I on the Air? Thank you to our great affiliates at Red Dragons Radio and the Pop Culture Pros. Make sure you follow on X at Red Dragons Radio and Pop Culture _Pros. Thank you guys for always streaming our show on demand. And that'll do it for me on this Tuesday, November the 26th. Hope you all have an amazing week. Have an amazing Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much. Get ready for Black Friday. Be safe. And we'll be back next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace. Red Dragon!